can see what to expect for this week with the market outlook. And of course, for this week is more on the Christmas week, so expectation is quite high in terms of market will be stagnant. Okay, market will be lack of liquidity. Okay, no institutions will be coming in. So yeah, we don't expect any volatility for this week. But should we see a Christmas rally or a sentiment like what most are expecting? Okay, especially for December, the month of December, or towards the end of the year, usually we will expect some strong volatility towards the upside. But until now, we are not getting it for the crypto market. Okay, so we can see like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and the rest of the altcoins are also down. Meanwhile, we can see like palladium, silver, gold, commodities all are hitting new all-time high. So which is quite different compared to the last cycle. Okay, so this is totally the opposite. Okay, so BTC is currently down 7.6. The Ethereum is slightly below 3K. Okay, so yeah, I think a lot of struggle here that we are looking at, not only on Bitcoin, and the whole crypto market is actually down. And we are already in the bear market for crypto market, especially for BTC. Okay, so we're going to see how the Q1 is going to play out. Okay, for next year, which is next month. Okay, once the institution comes in, should we see a relief rally, the real relief rally? Okay, that's where the market will give us another chance again to probably sell or to probably exit maybe around 100K or 110, right? Because I think this will be the final one before we hit even lower. Okay, and then of course talking about MicroStrategy, keep on buying. Then we have these mining companies as well, like Bitmine, Immersion Technologies are also down. Okay, I think any companies that related with Bitcoin, having an exposure with Bitcoin are also down. Okay, so this is the side effect as well. Okay, and then of course talking about trading, traders who like to trade long and short, 250 million, over 250 million was liquidated. Okay, all right, so about 1.8 B worth of short positions, risk liquidation in Bitcoin, we claim around 90,000. So there you go about leverage trading. Okay, so I believe some of you who are impatient, so they go for leverage trading just to make back whatever they lost, but instead they are digging themselves into a deeper hole. That is the danger about leverage trading. Okay, so overall we can see crypto market is down, but stocks are hitting new all-time highs, are still rallying. Okay, individual stocks like Tesla hit a new all-time high. Okay, S&P also went up. So this is totally unusual compared to the last two cycles, right? So only crypto is currently down. Okay, so a lot of bearish sentiment here for crypto. Okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all are projecting to hit lower. Okay, all these analysts are also expecting to hit, right? This guy also mentioning forming a head and shoulder pattern for Ethereum and could continue to go down towards $2,400. Okay, so that could be the likelihood for for the alts as well to go down. And then moving on, okay, talking about Solana. Okay, so I think Solana is one of the most hyped altcoins, I think, especially for last year as well. Okay, and what's happening now? Solana is hitting a new low interest, very low interest phase. Okay, what's happening is because of lack of retail FOMO. Okay, so Solana is being driven by retail. Majority is retail. Why? It's because of altcoins, casino. People go into Solana, treating Solana like a casino. Okay, buying meme coins. Okay, trying to hit fly-by-night type of winnings. Okay, and what you are seeing right now. Okay, loss of momentum. Okay, lack of retail interest are coming in to Solana to invest in Solana or to even buy the meme coins in Solana. So Solana has entered a new phase as investors assess whether fresh demand can emerge or if the network needs a new catalyst, which is true, right? So that's the thing. No retail FOMO, no retail interest. That's where Solana is right now, stagnant. And I think will continue to go down. Okay, so Solana momentum fades after the November peak, right? So November was last year's November. That was the retail FOMO. Okay, went up, hit a new all-time high, 96. I think $300 it went up, 300 plus. Yeah, and then now the thing is like 128, 124. Okay, right. So yeah, I think overall this is the side effect, and you can see right what's really happening. Okay, what comes after memes will decide Solana future, which is very true because everything is all about memes at the moment for Solana. You don't see much of attack coming in from Sol. Okay, so yeah, of course, this year has definitely been a reset for Solana. Okay, but it's in over for the altcoin. So Sol active monthly traders have fallen roughly about 30 million to under 1 million, which is huge, a lot. Okay, those that are staying are true OGs, people that are actually building, people that are actually staking, okay, or probably farming the airdrop, okay, possible, okay. And then the majority of them, where are they? Okay, they probably left. Okay, they're not here to build the ecosystem. They just want to enter the casino. Okay, yep. So yeah, this is the consequence, and this is the aftermath after the tier FOMO. And now we can see lack of interest. Now Solana is hitting a new low interest phase as well. And this will continue for next year, 2026, unless there's a new narrative, new catalyst. Okay, so that's all for now. And then next, we're going to see here, speaking about altcoin season. Okay, so when is the altcoin season happening? So until now, we're still yet to get, been delaying. Then what you see now, no retail FOMO. Okay, and I think people getting impatient at the moment. Okay, so capital rotation. Okay, so they are rotating their alts to Bitcoin, Ethereum for now. Okay, because you can see what is happening with the alts are actually bidding a lot. 90 to 99% are already down against Bitcoin, Ethereum. Okay, so yeah, we can see recent market data shows that retail investors have begun rotating capital, okay, out of altcoins, okay, back to ETH and BTC. Okay, this shift reflects a broader change in risk type, right? With volatility elevated and many alts struggling to hold support, right? So this is what you can see now. When Bitcoin goes down, alts will definitely get smashed even more harder. Okay, so that is the thing now. I think a lot of people are trying to de-risk, okay, are moving into a safer bet like Bitcoin and ETH. Okay, then of course we look at the Bitcoin dominance as well. So Bitcoin dominance continue to go up. Don't see the dominance continue to rally. So that could be another concern as well. Okay, for the dominance. Okay, so BTC share of the total crypto market cap, okay, increase, right? Signals the capital is consolidating in top asset rather than dispersing to the broader altcoin market. So you can see that there are a lot of traders or investors are moving to a safer bet. Okay, instead of diversifying into multiple altcoins. Okay, unlike last two cycles. Okay, then speaking about token unlocks, those VCs, those token founders. Okay, so every time each unlock, most of the developers are actually dumping the tokens. So many projects are releasing large tranches of previously locked tokens, then increasing circulation supply and creating persistent sell pressure. Yep, so this is the one. Okay, so this is what it actually creates another sell pressure. Then, of course, talking about holiday or the weekend, and of course, the festive season, okay, keeping the market stagnant. Okay, so no institutions are in, and of course, and most of the volatility is heavily driven by retail and OGs. So low liquidity environment amplify price swings and make breakouts harder to sustain, leaving markets stuck in sideways range dominated by short-term liquidations. Okay, so yeah, this is already expected. Okay, November, December, and then once January comes in, probably the first or the second week of January, that's where you'll see the institutions starts to pour in again. And probably you'll see some movement, some relief rally for Bitcoin and the whole crypto market. Okay, so is the altcoin season cancelled? Okay, maybe not. So the outlook for alts is weak in short term. Okay, but again, if the dominance will go down for January, how significant is the rally? That is the most important thing, right? Because if you were to look back on your portfolio, altcoin portfolio, okay, I think most likely most of them are already down 90 to 99%. They are not even at the entry level. They are not even at the break-even point. Okay, so if the out season were to come on January or February, how significant is the rally to go back to your entry price or to go back to your break-even level? Because most likely they will just be a relief rally for alts as well, because there's no retail interest at all. So that's where you have to take a bet or probably to de-risk on your altcoin position. Okay, and then to position on the new cycle, which is the bear market. Okay, so usually altcoins tend to follow a strong BTC impulse once investors regain confidence and begin seeking higher risk adjusted. Right, so we're not seeing that yet for the alt season. Okay, dominance continue to go up. Okay, and BTC is still stagnant there below 90K. Okay, so there's no reason why people want to move to their altcoin position. Okay, and then next here we're going to see. So these are the latest narrative, or probably the top narrative that you can be able to take note for next year. Okay, so very, very important, right? Crypto adoption is driven by real use cases. Okay, with real utility. Okay, not just by hype. That is the most important thing. Okay, because mostly are driven by hype. Okay, are driven by heavy marketing. Then it turns out that it's just a pumping down. Okay, so yeah, you gotta take note of all these crypto as everyday money. Okay, rather than being used for speculation, crypto is increasingly becoming a practical tool, saving, spending, and transferring value. Okay, so that's the use case. Then we look at the adoption. Crypto adoption shifts from wallet accounts to weekday spending as new behavioral metrics, monetary economics. We redefine what real usage means. Okay, so now we can see a lot of people now are beginning to take crypto seriously, and they're going to be a massive adoption after the institutions comes in. Okay, so to say that we are early, I don't think so. We are already considered almost at a peak. Okay, everyone starts to know about crypto, and then we look at the adoption. Okay, it is already almost at a peak, you see. Okay, then of course focusing on stablecoin yield and payments. See many companies are focusing on stablecoin payments. Okay, many B2B, B2C as well are engaging crypto companies or blockchain companies to actually implement this payment gateway into their business, because this is a huge use case here. Right, so especially you're attracting crypto players, crypto investors to actually purchase your product services using like USDC or USDT. That is the whole idea here, that they want to expand. Okay, all right. So this is the huge market. Okay, not only in crypto alone, but it also attracts those retail outlets. Okay, all those public listed companies. Okay, and of course anything to do with product and services. That's where you'll see some for the stable coins as well. So you can see even our own country as well are implementing those stable coins. Okay, then when usage becomes intentional, okay, you can see that crypto markets mature, user behavior is changing alongside. Okay, right, when the market matures, that's where people start to embrace the change and to adapt or to adopt this. Okay, all right, so we'll see them shift to using crypto as money. Okay, when speculation dies down and price stabilize, we will continue to see massive growth usage of crypto that actually pays for goods and services, which is really happening right now. Okay, so many companies are engaging all those third parties that deals with this stable coin, and even have a crypto card as well for you to make purchases. Right, you can able to deposit USDT, USDC card, crypto card, and then you can able to spend. So this is how you can able to use that card as a use case, okay, to buy your product or services. So that's where we are. That is where we are right now. Okay, and then focusing on DeFi, decentralized finance, and traditional finance. Okay, integration or blending. Okay, so we've seen the likes of RB, right, a lending and borrowing protocol, where you can able to borrow assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC. On top of that, you have to provide collateral. Okay, maybe you don't want to lose your Bitcoin, or you don't want to use your Bitcoin, but you want to borrow. So you can able to do that, okay, by using DeFi. Okay, so yeah, a lot of narrative here. And then platforms that make crypto easy to use. Okay, platform friendly. Okay, like exchanges, how friendly it is for first-time user. Okay, to be able to play around with the interface. Okay, to be able to have a smooth transaction in terms of depositing and withdrawal. That will actually take into account as well, coming in for 2026. Okay, so yeah, I think the demand is still there. Okay, but I think right now is the best time to do is to focus on building. Okay, then start to learn about the crypto technology. Okay, because bear markets are for building and for learning. And then that's where you want to start to dollar cost average on the project and you really want to buy. That's where we can be able to prosper for the upcoming bull market. And then next, moving on to Airdrop. Okay, sorry, not Airdrop, but the on-chain analysis. So on-chain analysis first. Okay, again by CryptoCon. So it came out with the magic bands, thing which is also quite useful. And this is a version 2 band. Okay, so mentioning that Bitcoin topping out twice at level 3. Okay, unfortunately, because of VRX, no longer updates, the model needed to recreate. So you can see this chart here. So he's expecting it could go lower to 27.3K, which is somewhere around this pink band, the last band here. So in fact, it did also hit since 2022. But if you look here, okay, so cycle tops have diminished at a rate of 1 band per cycle. This cycle top out and the cycle top band total twice. Okay, you can see here January and October. This year alone, 2 times hit the purple band. And then the cycle bottom band is improved with high consistency. 27.3K is a number here. Okay, but it will increase slightly by the time it's hit. So most likely when the market continues to move, this pink band will continue to rise up as well in order to meet the current price. Okay, so you might not get 27.3, but maybe slightly 40 to 50. That's my expectation here for this type of bottom, okay, or to even hit the last pink band here. Okay, so yeah, I think that is the setup here. So next, okay, who is Oppo? Hello. Okay, so next here we're going to see. Okay, so now talking about altcoin season. Okay, so yeah, we are still not there yet, but again, this is a cup and handle is forming. This is the crypto total market cap. Okay, only out excluding Bitcoin and ETH. Okay, and then here we can see what's happening. No blow off top, no euphoria. Okay, no meme coin pumps. Okay, so what you can see is that capital is currently choosing. Okay, revenue over wipes. Okay, infrastructure over fantasy. Survivors over speculation. So, like I said, not all alts will rally or to even have the bullish momentum. Only certain alts were able to, taste this altcoin season, so-called altcoin season. Okay, so if this cut and handle were to play out, I think only certain coins will definitely prosper or to make it for this round. Okay, I think those last cycle coins are already dead. Okay, like Polkadot, Arbif, 𝗶𝗺 okay, all these are already done. Okay, I don't see it coming back. It's very unlikely, okay, to make a comeback like that. But again, I think focusing on the current latest coins that are in the market with real use case and utility, I think this one will stand a chance. And of course, the top 10, top 20 coins as well. Next here, we can see coming back to Airdrop. So yeah, for those of you who have been doing Espresso, okay, now the portal is currently live. You can be able to claim, okay, claim your Espresso drop. Okay, you need to complete your proof of humanity, which is your KYC. Okay, connect a wallet. Okay, and then you can be able to claim your Espresso drop. Okay, portal, registration portal is live. Okay, so this is the one, just connect wallet and then you can check. And then next, of course, talking about 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. Okay, they allow you to deposit and to stake, and therefore you earn some interest and of course points to qualify for the drop. And now the TGE has been postponed. Okay, so many are expected around 23rd, which is yesterday. Okay, and already postponed. So most likely, maybe it could be next year or January. Okay, the next launch for 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. Okay, so this is the one. The next year, you can see Lighter. So for those of you who have been trading on Lighter, like derivative trading platform, okay, if you have accumulated a lot of points here, I think most likely they are going to airdrop very soon. Probably could be end of this month. Okay, because the form closes on Friday, which is 26, 22 more days from now. Okay, and then of course we can see the token has been created and the team moved about 250 million of Lighter tokens to an address indicating 25% will be the airdrop. Okay, so yeah, I've been farming this. I think this could be quite huge. Okay, and of course, if you are early in this platform, That's where you're going to reap the rewards as well. Because I think this could definitely take off after hyperliquid. Okay, so VITR could be the next hyperliquid here. So everyone is really, really hoping that this could take off before the new year. Okay, so that's VITR. And then next, we're going to see here with the coin market cap. Okay, so we are at 2.94 trillion. Okay, BTC is somewhere at 87.2, 87.3. Ethereum slightly below 3K. Any gainers for today? We see Pipin, Canton, 15%, 14%. Okay, so not much of gainers actually. Most of them are already down 90%. Okay, I already did 90%. Okay, everything is going down. Look at that, 20 cent on Pi, Litecoin 76, Zcash how much now? 426. Okay, it's already down a lot. Moving on next here, coming in for the dominance. Now, if any question, feel free to put in the chat box. I'll answer it later on. Okay, so any question, alts, market condition, okay, or whatever it is that you're concerned. Okay, so the dominance. So what's happening now with dominance? So on Monday here, we can see middle band is a level to maintain, right, for dominance. Then next will be the re-entry sell, which is somewhere around 61.08. Okay, 61.08 is next, or else should we see a breakdown for dominance, which most likely we want to see, right? So this is 55%. So if you continue to go up, 61% will be next, and then your alts will bleed even more. Look at the weekly time frame. Okay, right? So this setup already broke above the middle band. Now it's at the sell zone. So we're going to see whether or not can it able to maintain. Okay, if not, it will continue to go higher or it will break at 55. Then on daily, okay, you can see this setup here, bullish flag pattern. Okay, most likely to break towards the upside. Okay, for this dominance here. Okay, on daily, this is a bullish flag pattern, high possibility of a break towards the upside. So your outs going to be prepared. I think most likely to be another down again for ETH against BTC. So we're going to see here on the money time frame on ETH against Bitcoin. Okay, if you look at the money time frame, it break below the middle band. Okay, now it's already down again. Then next level is where here the support. This is the 0.03155. It needs to maintain. If not, then we should see another lows here, somewhere around here at 0.02488. Look at weekly. What is weekly doing? Price break. Okay, confirmation, break below the middle band. So it is still downtrend. Now the thing is, we want to see whether can this support maintain. I want to create double bottom. Okay, create double bottom here, and then you should see a reversal back up again for ETH against Bitcoin. Daily, again, you see still rejected at the middle band. Failed to break past above, and it's breaking down. And then next you're going to see here is this level here at 0.03284. Okay. And then what else here? You can see total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH, right? So if you look here, so all the crypto, okay, all the crypto. What that trader mentioning is this. This is the cup. Okay, and then this is the handle here. Cup and handle. So this is the one is referring on the money time frame. You'll see a huge U-shaped recovery, and then a consolidation like this. So usually it tends to break towards the upside for this pattern. But let's see whether can this thing pay out or not for this round. Okay, because what I'm seeing here is on Monday, double top, M pattern. Okay, and it's looking set to retest lower again. See on the middle band here, and probably we could go lower. Okay, so next low here, 673. Look at weekly. Okay, break below the middle band, lower BB, pull back for the retry sell, breaking down again. Okay, and then next, this level here, 710 will be the next support. Okay, so it doesn't really look good for the altcoins. Okay, it's looking set to hit lower again. Okay, this is a total tree chart. Okay, now, then moving on next with BTC, 87.2. So I believe some of you didn't even sell and still being a back holder. Okay, from last cycle till now, being a back holder. Okay, didn't even take out your initial capital, much more with the profits. And now we are again here, and it's retesting on this critical support. This will be about 82.2. And then your next support will be here at 71.2. Next resistance will be here, 96.7. Look at weekly. So we can see quickly what's happening. Momentum sell, back for the entry sell, breaking down. Consolidation, I think this will most likely to take another hit again for another low levels, probably here around this range. Okay, so probably this weekly candle can go back, to go down one more round. To break something like this, another lows here. Okay, it could go as low as 70K or 72 or 75. Probably maintain around this range, consolidate, and then we go up again. Okay, it could be that way. And then look at daily. Daily is still stagnant, sideways, rejected at the middle band, and it's looking set to hit lower. Okay, critical support here, 84.5. So it's looking sideways and it's looking ranging for now for BDC. Extreme sell is formed. So I think most likely market will maintain ranging until we see January, the first week or the second week. Then the liquidity will start to come in. Then ETH. So what is ETH doing? Look at it. It is already quite bearish. Also break below the middle band. Okay. All right. And then 2496, okay, is a level here to watch. And then we look at the weekly time frame. Okay, momentum sell, pull back for the entry sell, looking lower again. Okay, so overall the ETH chart is looking bearish on weekly time frame. Okay, look at daily now, similar like BTC, start below the middle band. So it could continue to range, then to play around this level here, 2766. Okay, so that's if, okay, most likely to probably remain stagnant or probably test at 2766 again. And then what's next? All these outs are actually breaking down. The more you look at it, it's going down and down. Okay, look at Algorand. Algo USDT. Okay, it's like, I believe it's like, when was this one? Last two cycles, 2019. 2019 coin. See what happened? Last year's peak went up only to 60 cents. Okay, and then who did not sell? I told to accumulate during 2022, 2023, right? This is the time where we accumulate. Okay, then we pump. How much there was here? What, 8 cents? So about 6x from there, 6 times. Okay, Algorand, if you accumulated since 2023, you have about 6x. And then if you're still holding, that's where the danger is. Now you're back again at square one. For over 2 years, you do not even realize your capital. What's more with the profits. And now you're becoming a back holder again. Okay, becoming a back holder. So 11 cent is the critical support. I think this will be the final support. And then I think it's going to go to a new low. Look at the weekly time frame also, you can see. All the way down. And no signs of reversal at all. Maybe the relief rally or the out season will give you this, 15 cents. Probably might reverse. The middle band here, 18 cents. Maybe we get lucky, it will probably to test all the way to 28 cents on the top will be here. Because this is a descending channel, probably there could be a huge breakout towards the upside. So that's Algorand. I think there are a lot of points that are actually down. Yes, Sophia. Okay. Cardano. What is this? So you've been holding on to Cardano or what? Or have you gotten the airdrop at midnight? Okay, so this is the money time frame. Okay, so what do we see here? Okay, so Cardano, like I said, okay, it's already heading lower again. Okay, this is the last support will be 24 cents. This is the current support now, 34. Okay, and then we have still a new lows here. This one was when 2019. Yeah, this one was the last 2 cycles coin, which is the OG coin. And then we look at weekly now. Momentum sell, pull back for the entry sell, and it's breaking lower. Okay, and it's looking set to hit lower. Look at all these wicks here. This week was a low at how much here? 27 cents. So it could continue to retest this low and then probably to remain stagnant for a while. And should we see a reversal back up? If not, then next will be 0.0174. for Cardano. Okay, so quite crucial there. Look at all the outs are actually bidding. Momentum sell, pullback entry sell, breaking lower again. Okay, it's breaking lower. Look at all the outs are actually going down. Okay, momentum sell. Okay, and it's no signs of bottoming out or a reversal at all. This will be our next support here at 34 cents. Okay, for Cardano. Okay, so these are the things. Yeah, news late. Huh? So you did not get the midnight or you did not register. So this is the token. They actually launched already. Let's see how much now? Midnight is it? So I think for those of you who have qualified, who have submitted your wallet, I think you can be able to claim. I think the midnight drop is doing quite well for now. Okay, which one is it? OKX. So it went to an all-time high of how much here? 12 cents. Okay, so 12 cents. And now I came back down again, and this is the critical support. It needs to maintain. Now it's down. Next support will be here for the midnight drop. 6.5 cents. Okay, look at H4. Okay, break below the middle band, pull back for the entry sell, breaking down. So this most likely to come back down. And then, of course, to test all these levels here. Okay, it's range here. 7 and then the 6.5 cents. So this most likely price might be ranging at this level. Okay, for midnight. Yeah, and then next. So what do we have here? Didn't have enough points, or meaning to say that you don't have enough capital inside your wallet. So you need to have like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or as long as you need to have a value of $200 in that wallet, then I think you should qualify. So it's nothing to do with the points. Yeah, so yeah, if your wallet is OG wallet, okay, snapshot before 6 months, then I think you should qualify. Okay, and then next, what else? I think we have a lot here to cover. So we have like Atom as well. These are the old coins. We see what's happening now. Okay. All right, and then on monthly time frame, look what's happening now. It's heading lower again. 1.89 critical support. If this level were to break, we can see all this big sale went all the way to 11 cents. This is really quite brutal here, and it's looking set to hit lower. Okay, and then we look at all these weekly candles, no sign of reversal at all, no green candle at all. Okay, really, really bad. You can see already the space is quite bearish. Okay, all the way down. Look at that. Momentum sell, pullback for the retreat sell, still very big. Didn't even create a double bottom or consolidation period for it to push. Okay, so all these are already down. Okay, then another one, see here, 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗀 group. So in fact, this one I shared in the WhatsApp group. Okay, telling you guys to sell on February. I think February early this year. Okay, so when was it here? Last year, February. Somewhere here. So it went down to how much here? A low of 95 cents. Probably I shared somewhere around 1.3, 1.4. Okay, and still people are still holding despite telling them to sell. So a lot of people ask me why, when you want to sell, please let me know. But this is not the case, right? Even I shared on WhatsApp. Okay, if you have not action on the signal and you're still holding, this is the consequence. This is called sunk cost fallacy. Quite shocking. We have people who are still holding this. Even I told them to sell due to this company goes insolvent. Okay, 1.3 to 54 cents now. So they have lost another 50%. Okay, I'm not sure why are you still holding. Okay, really don't get it. Okay, so 43 will be next. This will be the critical support. After that, it will go to a new lows. I don't see this thing coming back again. Okay, look at the weekly also is quite bearish. Momentum sell pullback is hitting lower all the way down, I think. Okay, all these are becoming obsolete. Okay, look at that. Momentum sell pullback for the retreat sell, breaking down again. Everything is going downhill. Look at render. There are a few like people who are holding render, who a position, it is already in the money, but still yet to even capitalize on their capital, what's more with the profit. So if you are listening to this, then I think it's better to take action. Okay, what's happening now with render 1.2? Okay, it is already, I think most likely you are already down in your position. I think most likely it is already way past your entry price, or probably goes lower. And look, over 2 years, you have accumulated render. Okay, so you have lost your cost of opportunity. So you wasted your time accumulating render. Okay, right? So since when? Early what? 2020 or 2021. And then now you have not even realized your capital. Okay, and now it's coming back to a new lows again. So this is the consequence of not even taking action on your portfolio for your altcoins especially. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so I'm not sure whether you have taken your capital out or are you still holding this? That's the big question here. Okay, what is your conviction of holding out, especially heading towards end of the year? Okay, you see already it's heading lower and then most likely to settle down at 42 cents or to range at that period. Look at weekly now. Momentum sell, pull back to the entry sell, breaking down, no sign of recovery, no sign of reversal. Okay, the more you hold, the more you're going to lose out. Okay, and of course, I'm not going to say much more about sunk cost fallacy. Reluctant to give up, reluctant to let go, knowingly that you have to cut, but you still want to hold. I'm not sure why. So momentum sell, pull back to the entry sell, breaking down again. Okay, all these are losing out of sentiment, quite bearish here, 1.2. Look at H4, we can see. Okay, again, it's heading down again. So for render. All right, so yeah, I think this is the consequence about holding outs. Okay, if you are going to be like that, that means it is much more better to hold Bitcoin, right? Rather than holding all these outs, and you're not even taking initiative to, take out your capital. What's more with the profits? And then you want to believe in people like 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀, influencers like Tom Lee saying that Ethereum can go 62,000, or the 5-year cycle is happening, the 4-year cycle is dead. Then that's on you. Okay, you'll be the exit liquidity. They will dump on you and you continue to hold. So if you are a back holder since last cycle, this cycle you're supposed to do better than last cycle. You cannot afford to be a back holder again, right? So this is a lesson that you have to learn. Okay, a huge price to pay here. Your cost of opportunity and then sunk cost fallacy, right? I've been repeating this many times and people still don't listen. So hopefully this is a lesson that you can be able to take home and then to do better than last cycle. So this upcoming cycle, bear market, you better buck up. And for those of you who have been listening or who have been holding like render or cash activity to sell, yeah, I think you better start to learn. Not then there's no point, right? No point. Better you just buy and hold Bitcoin.